This is my good side.
You both
Yeah.
win.
With age, my good side has shifted, I think. Hi guys, I'm Steezy?
Sure.
Sneezy. I said that in the last
You could
video.
be sneezy, like a little, Christmas dwarf.
Yeah, you were
Come
coffee
to rain
last
down
time.
the magic.
Hi guys, I'm Stevie, and this is the lovely Jessica, and we are Sweet Aunt and Spicy Aunt. And today we are going to be answering your questions. You wanted advice from us, and we are very different in how we approach most things in life. So we thought that you could get both sides covered, your sweet advice answer and your spicy advice answer. We've done a few of these before, so this is our third episode of
Yes.
Sweet Aunt, Spicy Aunt.
Guess which is which? For the Christmas special edition.
Yeah, I
Welcome
feel-
to my filming studio, by the way.
I think I grew up too
My
Catholic for this to feel Christmassy to me, because this is like the Advent colors.
Oh. I'm
So,
a
like-
Quaker. So.
Anyway, so Josie has collected these questions. So Jessica and I have not seen these before, so you get our true reactions to them on the spot. So Josie, off camera, would you like to tell us what the first question is?
Of
Go.
course. Do you have any tips for managing spoons during holiday festivities and socializing?
Honesty.
Ooh.
Be brutally honest with yourself and those around you about what you can and cannot manage. Also, underplay it. If you think that you can manage 40 minutes, say you can do 30, and then you can stay for an extra 5 and feel, you're feeling up to it.
Yeah, my advice would be to heavily medicate yourself and then have 2 weeks of sleeping in bed afterwards.
Get drunk.
Lots of medication, whether that's
Okay.
self-medication or prescription medication, whatever is safest for you. Give me the caffeine, give me the ADHD meds, just let's go.
Ask for help from those around you.
Also be brutally honest, yeah.
My girlfriend and I, in brackets, gay, have been dating for almost 3 months now. What's an appropriate gift for our first Christmas together?
Oh, that's such a
Firstly, thanks for telling us you're gay. I think that's so
Clarification.
cute. Always important. What's an appropriate gift? Oh my goodness, I think when Claudia and I had our first Christmas together, we had been dating for probably 4 months. She had Christmas with my parents. We're so gay. And then we got engaged less than a month later. Lesbians.
Nice. I met Josie's sister on our first date. Like literally, it was a double date with her sister on our first date.
And now they're married.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But, so Christmas gifts, 3 months in, I feel like I never do this right. I just do whatever feels right in my soul. I went all out for Josie when we had only been dating for 2 months on Christmas, and I got her like a 23andMe kit because her dad was adopted and she didn't know like all of that. I also got her AirPods because I was like, oh, she likes music, I'll get her AirPods. And then in retrospect, I was like, that just looks like I was like trying to be a sugar mama. You know?
I mean,
I loved it.
I
Like,
mean, I
what?
think obviously you have to know the person. So for some people, a 23andMe kit may be an odd gift.
Is it really? I didn't even think about it. It would be odd.
Yes, it's an odd gift for some people. You have to know the person. You can't just spring a 23andMe gift on everyone.
Oh my god.
That's weird. You know her. You love her. Come on. You do, because you're asking the question and you're already thinking about Christmas together and gifts. So just take a step, take a think. It doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be huge. I think for our first Christmas together, Claudia got me a red velvet cape and I got her a light up globe. It's like, they weren't that big. It wasn't like, woo, fast, flashy and anything, but it was just really nice. And things that we knew the other one really treasured. I don't think there's a one size fits all when it comes to Christmas gifts.
Yeah, I think it could be helpful to figure out what her love language is, because depending on that could help you figure out what type of gift to get her. But as long as it's true to you and who you are as a person and true to her who she is as a person. And that's why the 23andMe and the AirPods made sense for me to give Josie, because it corresponded with things that she liked and also was a very weird gift, which is definitely very me.
Josie, this worked, clearly.
Yes, obviously.
Did you like the gifts when it happened?
Yeah, I thought, yeah. I have got a sugar mama. I'm
Yeah, that was a bait and switch,
in.
wasn't
Yeah.
it? Do you think I'm an odd gift giver, Jessica?
You once gave me a B-day.
really did. It was
That
also
was definitely the top.
it was a bidet with a Bluetooth speaker in it so that you could play music. And then I was like, Jessica's deaf. You got her a bidet that is like this plastic thing to put on her vintage toilet with a Bluetooth speaker on it.
Sorry,
that is so weird.
Quick question though. Who does play music on a bidet anyway?
I mean, it's pretty cool, pretty high tech. Listen, in retrospect, I realized it was a weird gift. I did not realize it was weird until way after the fact.
No.
Hi. We interrupt your regularly scheduled programming of two lesbians going at it to bring you a message from our sponsors. It being thoughtful discourse, advice, and years of beautifully meaningful friendship. In this world, there are tops and there are bottoms. But if you're verse, then you never quite get your due. In fact, it wasn't until recently that I finally actually met a verse. Metaverse. High-Rise is a journey into the metaverse complete with all the cool things you can't do in real life, like wearing clothes. Long story. I lost a bet 10 years ago and now I'm not allowed to wear clothes anymore. This is actually all just very elaborate body paint. But don't worry, it's 100% lead, so you know it's safe. Plus, it's delicious. Other than customizing your avatar, you can also build rooms and create new experiences. People who play the game are known as citizens, but that does not mean that you get a passport. So don't even ask. They won't give you one, but they will ask why you're crying now. While you might not be let past customs, you and your high-rise citizens can create rooms, games, karaoke parties, and trade hangouts. The app is all about being social and expressing your creativity. I used to paint to do that, but then it got boring. I guess people just don't care as much about Banksy as they used to. That's right, I'm taking this opportunity in the middle of an ad break to admit that I am in fact Banksy. For legal reasons, I've been informed that I have to tell you that I'm not actually Banksy. High-Rise has over 40,000 unique items that you can use to build your avatar and create your space. You can talk to new people, trade rare items, and compete for prizes. Please keep in mind that none of these prizes are a valid passport. Learned that one the hard way. Use the link in the description to join High-Rise today so you can build your creative experience, make friends, and feel something new. Joy. Also, in the month of December, there will be a winter gold sale of 20% off gold, so hurry up. High-Rise, because low-rise jeans are very 2005. Okay, cool. Moving on.
Next question. How do you make time for sex/intimacy when you're hosting or visiting family around the holidays?
Well,
Go on then.
my wife and I are quite touchy-feely people, and sometimes we forget that there are other people in our house.
Be
Sorry,
forgetful.
Josie.
That's true.
We do a lot of dancing. That's something that we do together, that often other people walk in on and are like, what is happening right now? Because there isn't music playing. The music is in our heads. Jointly in our heads, we share the sound together.
This is why you didn't need the Bluetooth speaker.
No, absolutely not. We did not.
Yeah, I
No,
think-
it's just the love language that we share. However, she gets very tense when she's aware there are other people around, so that stops, which then makes me feel really weird, and I don't like it. So whenever we are around other family, whether we're visiting them or they're here, I always try and make sure that we kind of make up for it in extra moments, whether it's like 5 seconds in between, you know, like you're walking from room to room in a doorway. You're just like just next to someone.
Yeah, I think that there's so many reasons that people worry about this when they have family visiting, mostly because, okay, well, how long are they going to be here for? So, because that automatically means we cannot have sex, because what if they hear something? What if we make them uncomfortable? But I do think that sex is not the only part of intimacy. So, like Jessica said, making sure that you steal little moments with each other, even if it's not sexual, is super important. I don't really notice that other people are around. I just like, you know, pinch her butt and kiss her and stuff in front of whoever. Yeah.
Being deaf helps. You
that's it.
care less about. You just don't know that other people are there, and eventually you have to give up the caring.
How do I deal with all the Jesus stuff when I have religious trauma?
What a good question.
I also have religious trauma, and it's been very interesting moving from the US to the UK, because this is a significantly less religious country, but a significantly more traditional country. Like when I found out that every school does a nativity play, I was like, what about separation of church and state, which is like so American. But then I found out that like their nativity plays just have like giant lobsters in them and like rainbows that are walking around. So like it's not necessarily that they're like forcing all of the children in England to believe in Jesus.
And my nephew's nativity play, half the kids were shepherds and half the kids were sheep.
Yeah, so it's very, it's added as a traditional element, but I still, when I hear a like song about the manger on a Christmas playlist that Josie has, I'm like, can you remove that and skip to the next song, please? But I recently heard this from a friend. There are some people that try to change the words' meanings in their head. Like, for instance, if someone says the Son of God, you can think, oh, they're talking about the actual sun, which everyone can appreciate. The sun is wonderful. It gives us life. It gives us warmth. Yeah. Also, learning about other religions and where a lot of the things that Christians have stolen from other religions and put into their own traditions that actually aren't actually Christian. They're like, you know, what's it called? Yule.
Oh, Yuletide, yeah.
Yes,
Saturnalia,
Yuletide, yeah.
all of this. I actually have a video coming out about this
Really?
on the 28th of December.
Oh my God! Yes,
yeah,
watch
which
Jessica's
is like,
video.
why did we just do that?
Mm-hmm.
Which has where a variety of Christmas traditions have come from and what they're all about.
Yeah. Yeah, so that should help. That helps me at least, being like, oh, this was stolen from the pagans, so this is fine to celebrate, you know?
For me, it's been very interesting having a child and trying to explain Christmas to him. Because as Montessori parents, we are very much, we explain the world to him, and Christmas is one of those things that we like to explain what's going on and why. We've been reading him books about Christmas for a while so that he understands things before they happen, to make sure that he's not shocked and surprised by the fact that there's a massive tree in our house suddenly. He's only 18 months old, but he's very much into language, so books are like his thing. It is very odd to try and explain to him what Christmas is about. And be like, it's a birthday. We're celebrating a birthday for this person who's in this lady's belly in the book. This was a very long time ago. You don't actually meet the person whose birthday it is. I know that every other birthday you've been to, you do meet the person, but this is not like that. Yes, she's on a donkey and she's going to go to this place here, and she has the baby. This is the baby's daddy, but also not. But you know about that.
Right, yeah. Oh my God, God was Mary's sperm donor.
All different types of families. You are aware of different types of families. It does make the whole festivities thing seem a bit weird.
Yeah, that must be very difficult to try to... This is going to be very sacrilegious. I'm so sorry to anyone who's religious. You're allowed. I don't mind. To like have a dedication to parenting rooted in truth and reality, and then still celebrating something who most people that celebrate it, it's like a made up story. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I am actually, interestingly, I do actually class myself as religious.
Yeah, but do you... But what about Santa?
So growing up, do
you know what I mean?
Bring up Santa.
Like Christmas is covered in things that are like,
entirely.
you know, not tangibly truthful. Do you know what I mean?
I know. So when I was 4, I actually begged my parents to tell me that Santa wasn't real, because I was terrified by the idea of an old man coming into my bedroom at night.
That is scary. He sees you when you're sleeping and knows when you're awake.
Oh God.
Also, the concept of naughty children are not naughty, they're doing their best.
I know.
Rude.
I know. There is no such thing as a naughty child.
Yeah.
But so growing up as a Quaker, we don't think, I was very much like, Jesus isn't, so we're all the children of God. We're all equal. We believe that all human beings are equal, and Jesus, who may have existed as a historical figure, yes, is the child of God, but we are all the children of God. So whilst it's nice to celebrate Christmas and to have a time of the year, particularly at winter, where we all come together, as a small child I was still very much like, well, you know, that's nice that we have this. However, you know, we're still all special, and like all religions are of equal importance, and
yeah, difficult.
It is.
Last question: how do you make the Yuletide gay?
Just be gay, darling, all day, every day.
Yes.
Mm.
Get some feathers.
In your own special way. Be as queer as you wish.
By sharing this video with all of your family and friends and subscribing. Thank you guys so much for watching. We are about to go head over to Jessica's channel and answer more of your questions. There will also be a playlist that you guys can watch all of these. All of Jessica's links are going to be in the description as well to follow her on all of the things. And if you want your question to be answered in the next episode, you must follow us on Instagram and wait for that little question box that pops up. And that's where we get all of our questions from. Hi, I'm interrupting again to tell you, don't forget to click the link in the description and try out High Rise.
Okay, love you, bye!
Also, thank you so much to my patrons for making videos like this possible. If you want to join my Patreon team or my, what's it called?
Stevie also has a brand new YouTube membership. And you can join it by clicking the join button down below, right next to subscribe, where you'll find out all of the perks.
That was wonderful. Okay, see you next time. Bye!